Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are reviewing the Desi and Katy Dose of Colors Round 2 collection. Now, I just want to preface this by saying I only got the eyeshadow palette and the lip products. I did not purchase the new highlighter because I knew it would be too dark for me. So I do still have Fuego, the original one that they re-released, and I do still have Over the Top, the lip gloss from the last time around. And the other eyeshadow palette, I still have that as well. But we're focusing on these guys today just so you can get a sense of what they're like. So this is the Friendcation palette, which I feel like, I was about to say, I feel like this packaging is different from the old packaging, and it is. They're different colors, so that's kind of cool that they made it a little bit darker, edgier. This is the old eyeshadow palette, by the way. Mine has seen a bit of love. So we are going to jump in. I'm going to right now insert swatches here and here of the top and the bottom row of the palette, just so you guys can see them side by side. I'm thinking I want to be olivey green today, so I'm resisting the urge to play with the blues because I feel like whenever I see a colorful palette that has a blue in it, that's what I go for. But can we have a moment here for a moment? This is such a gorgeous color. Look at that vibrancy that it has. Oh my god. And also the darker one, which is called Game Over. They are beautiful. But today we're going to be playing with Dirty Money and some of the neutral shades in here. So let's get down to it. I've already primed my eyes using Tarte Shape Tape. I also went ahead and did my eyebrows as well using my ABH Brow Pencil in Taupe. Let's get into this. I'm going to take a Morphe E22 brush and I'm going to dip into the shade that is right here, which is the shade Necessary, which is just kind of like a light taupey brown. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to zoom y'all in. Okay guys, here we go. I'm thinking that I really want to wing this out. Maybe make it a little bit smokier, perhaps. I'm not 100% sure. I'm literally winging this right now. I don't have a planned look in mind. I just told myself that I want to not play with the blues, which leads me to play with the green because I always prefer green over pink. No offense to the pinky shade at the bottom here, which is called Try Me. Let's just see here. And I'm just very lightly, you know, fluttering it out to the side here and also bringing it down into here. If I don't like it, I can always erase all the shadow up until that point, but I kind of like the winging out. I don't know why. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the Raw Beauty Christie winging it out. My only problem with doing shadows winged out is that my eyes are not the same shape, and I feel like it makes it very, very obvious. Okay. Now I'm just going to really quickly clean off that brush, and I'm going to go into the darker brown here, which is called Churro. I would love a churro right now. I'll take that same fluffy brush, and I'm going to very lightly start placing it in the same place, but keeping it a little bit lower. Kind of like an ombre effect going inward, if that makes any sense. Plus this is a little bit more reddish toned, which I feel like will work really well to go with this green color. Ooh, this is feeling very intense. Hold on a second, I need something clean to buff. Not you. You'll work. I'm gonna take this Japanese. Oh no, this is a Morphe 2. This is a Morphe 502, and I'm just going to blend all of this together, softening all of it up. So you can kind of see here what I mean about my eye shape being different. I followed the same curve as my eyes on both sides, but this side, more of my lid is covered than on this side, so it makes it a little bit off. Okay. I'm going to take now a very precise smudgy brush. This is a Sephora smudge brush. Take this brown shade here, which is Cheens. And I'm going to take this specifically on the top of this flatter brush, shader brush, and I'm just going to start by packing in to this outer corner here, and then just dragging whatever's left into my crease and flicking the rest out. And then of course just taking my former crease brush to blend it all together, and then a clean blendy brush to blend it even further. I have a little bit of a skip here, so I'm just going to take the tiniest bit to connect my skip line together. Okay, now my next step is going to be to take this Vintage Cosmetics brush. I don't really know what it's actually called. And I'm going to dip it into Dirty Money, but I'm debating if I want Fix Plus or not. Now, I'm going to try it without Fix Plus first. So we're going to go ahead, dip this into Dirty Money. And I'm just going to start by... Ooh, that is gorgeous. Oh my god, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm just working in small little sections. We don't want a ton of fallout, especially if you're someone who does your face before your eyes. I always recommend, if you're trying a new palette, guys, I don't think I've ever really thoroughly talked about this. If you're ever trying a new palette, my suggestion would be that you should probably do your eyes first the first time you're using that palette, so that you can test it, see how it works for you. Otherwise, it could end up being a fallout mess. This one's looking pretty good. There's some glittery fallout, but I'll be able to take that off in just a minute. There could have also been glitter still on my fingers from doing my swatches. Look at that. Oh, this is so gorgeous. I think I might be taking another shade over top of it to keep it bright, you know? And then of course I'm also kind of flicking this into that wing shape I've already made. And then blending. Now this is, obviously if you're someone who prefers a darker, smokier eye look, this is probably a good place to be stopping yourself. But I'm wanting to keep it a little bit lighter, especially in my inner corner. So I'm going to take the shade Just a Kiss on an even tinier shader brush. This is a really tiny, what are you? I don't even know what this is. Royal and Langnickel brush, a little shader brush, and I'm picking up the shade Just a Kiss, which seems to be a little bit like grabby on here, like it picks up in little chunks. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply this right here on the inner portion, and then just kind of, you know, flick it across the rest of the lid like this. Just like that to amplify it. Ooh, this could look pretty just all over the top of it too. That's a potential thing. This is actually a really nice palette. I think I definitely like this better than the original palette they did. That one was nice, but since it was just shimmers, it was like you needed to have something else to go with it usually. But this one is really nice actually. I like it. I'm liking it so far. So my next step is going to be to do some liner, lashes, maybe. Yes, probably lashes. And I'm probably going to clean up the wing. I feel like the wing turned out better on this side than it did on this side for me. So I'm going to do that. Probably clean it up. I might actually remove the whole wing and just leave it as smoky to here. I might do that. And I'll be back in just a minute for you guys. Okay guys, so I've gone ahead, done my face, blush, bronzer. I have not done highlight. I threw on some lashes and wing liner. Shut up, phone. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Fuego highlight, which this is in the old packaging. I don't know if the new one's gonna have the newer, darker, pinkier packaging than this. But here is Fuego. Where's my highlight brush? There we go. I'm gonna take my Milani, what are you? Milani All Over Blending Brush, which I use for highlight. I'm just going to pick up the lightest amount. I'm just tapping in here a couple of times, just because this can be a little dark on me. And this is my thing with this highlight, is that the more I put on, the darker it gets. So I have to be very, very conscious. Why can I not say that? I have to be very conscious of how much highlight for this one that I'm putting on, because if I put too much, it gets too dark. If I don't put enough, it doesn't really show. Okay, and now to finish off with lipstick, I think I'm going to be using, I'm going to have the swatches going right here, right now, with all the colors, but I think I'm going to use this one. This is the liquid lipstick in My Main, which is just kind of like a really pretty deep orangey brown kind of color, which would go really well with the green. I could go with a nude, but the nude's kind of pinky and that's not quite the color tone I'm looking for, so. And there we go. So this one's in the shade My Main. I just want to show you the other colors. So we have a mauve story, which could work, but it's a little too pinky for what I'm thinking. I just don't feel like it would match. I could have gone with this one, which is really dark. This is the shade Aftermath. This is like a really rich, deep, orangey brown color, but I wanted to keep it lighter since the eyes are so intense. And then the last one I have is Hey Girl, which is kind of the nudish color. These are all very, with the exception of Mauve Story, these are all very warm toned colors. There's nothing too neutral or cool, so keep that in mind. I did also purchase the new gloss, which I would put over this, but I'm kind of liking the matte with the eye look how it is. So this is the Dose of Colors lip gloss in The Most, which it looks very clear in the bottle, but it really does have a pink reflect, which you guys should have been able to see in the swatch I just had up on the screen. But yeah, that's everything for this look. So here are my thoughts. I think if you are my shade or fairer, I would not be purchasing the new highlight. It's way too dark. I actually swatched it in store at Ulta. I had already placed my order online from Ulta. I did not purchase this from Dose of Colors direct website. And when I swatched the one, what is it called? Chasing the Sun? Sun Chaser? Something like that. It was way too dark for me. I don't even think I could have worn it as a blush, like a bronzer topper. Plus, I'm not really into bronzer at this time of the year. It's just not where I hang for things. I tend to prefer matte faces. I only put the highlight here so you guys could see Fuego again, since it's been a year since that's been released. But for me, I think the highlighter can be skipped if you're fair skinned, but I think the rest of the collection is really great actually. I really do like this palette. I think it's well pigmented. It blends very nicely. You don't, I mean, I used two of the shimmer shades. I used Dirty Money and The Most, right? Or is it Just a Moment? Just a Kiss. So I used Dirty Money and Just a Kiss today, and I didn't need any Fix Plus for those to show up like they are now, and I think it turned out really, really well. I really like how this eye look looks. I'm not usually someone who wears makeup this smoky on a day-to-day basis. It's not really how I roll, but I do like this. I think it's beautiful. And actually what I'm going to do right now, just for highlighting purposes, I'm going to take a little bit more of Just a Kiss on that same brush I was using for it earlier, and I'm going to put it right up in my inner corner there, and my inner corner there. But I think the eyeshadow palette's great. The colors I used 5 out of the 10 shades in here. No, hold on, that's a lie. 1, 2, 3, no, 5. I used 5 out of 10 shades. I obviously didn't use the blues, the two pinky colors, and I didn't really use the pinky one right here. But I think the color payoff is great. I think they're well pigmented. I think they've got great blendability. They're not too patchy or skipping places on your skin. Again, I did use a concealer as my eye primer. I'm not sure how they work with a regular eye primer. So if you're someone who has tried this palette with normal like Shadow Insurance or Primer Potion or something like that, tell me down below how you felt the colors paid off using an actual eyeshadow base. I'm sure it makes the shimmers look absolutely incredible, but it's just not how I do my eye makeup. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to see kind of my thoughts. I would give this collection a thumbs up. I know the pre-packaged box of everything is no longer available. I think that was sold out within like an hour of the launch. But you can still purchase all these items individually on Ulta's website. I will link the page for Dose of Colors down below in the description box. but I think this is worth it. I think it's a great palette. I can see myself getting a lot of use out of this, especially in the fall and the winter, because these are just very fall wintry tones in my opinion. And you can easily travel with this palette. I think it's a very sturdy feeling palette. My one thing is that the feel of the packaging might drive me nuts after a little bit. It kind of does on the previous collection I had, but I feel like they've definitely improved the formula from what it was in the original palette. These ones are very flaky. They crumble out of their pans a little too much, but they didn't seem to be doing that in this one. Now, granted, this is a brand new palette. Maybe within a few months it will start to look that way as well. I can't speak to that now, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth trying. I think the palette is $55 and the lips products range from like 18 to 22, I believe. So if you're interested, go into Ulta, swatch it. I think it's wonderful that it's at Ulta now so that you can actually see it in person. I think that's a lot of guesswork and frustration with online brands, is trying to figure out based on a picture on a website whether or not it's going to be something you like. But I think these are all great. I like all the colors. The only one I'm slightly hesitant about is the shade Aftermath, which is that deeper chocolatey orangey shade. But other than that, I really actually love the color of this lip gloss. I'm sad I don't really want to wear it for today's video, but maybe you'll see it in an upcoming one, who knows. But that is everything from me, you guys. I will have all the other makeup I put on my face down below in the description box so you guys can check it out. As always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, because I like seeing, you guys seem to really like when I do reviews, so if that's the case, thumbs ups, guys. I need to see them so I know what you guys are enjoying. And also, while you're down there giving this video a thumbs up, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss when I upload videos. I upload 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And yeah, I'm trying to get all my Halloween videos in order. I think originally I had planned to try and do one per week, but I might space them more towards the end of the month, just so I can have them all edited nice and maybe like upload them for the last 2 weeks of October instead of regular videos. I'm not entirely sure, but if you guys have suggestions for Halloween looks, tell me down below, because I have some that I filmed, but I don't know if I really like how they turned out, so I'm kind of messing around with them, which is why I haven't uploaded any at this point in time, at least. Today is, what is today? Today is October 3rd, so yeah. That is everything. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!